Spit raps like a heart attack, fast fatal heart impact, past painful scars. In fact, I blast tasteful bars and past. I back up my actions, fact don't ask, grab reactions, jacked attack with every word, then act with class as they hear me snap. I got nothing to lose, cause I fought and felt the bruise. Now I'm not the one confused, call the shots and they produce. I ain't lost, I'm finally loose, pick a new silver excuse. I need the views to boost me to a new abuse of being used. Everybody wants a piece now, y'all can rest in peace now. You're dead to me, so peace out. Remember, you're just freaked out. Get ready for defeat now.
Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Kyusho here, and now, whenever we last left off with this series, we had Deku and Claire. Claire is one of Deku's friends that he's made on the moon base, and she's known him the whole time she's been there. Now, Claire, she saw Deku leave Amelia's room last week, and she was very concerned. She knew that her friend, he may or may not be treading on very dangerous waters, and she was very concerned because there's no real telling how the Etzos would react to finding out that Deku and Amelia, they might be involved with each other that way. Now, Deku was able to easily explain it to Claire, and play it off. Claire already talked to Amelia, and from what she understood, Etzos, they may not know how to lie, but Amelia lied to her. Now, Deku, him and Claire, they talked about it, and she was at least sharing her concerns. Now, she did even open up to Deku a little bit, and right now, the two of them, they spotted something whenever they were driving the rover around on the surface of the moon. As right now, Deku and Claire, they got back to the base. And the moment these two got past the airlocks, Claire, she went to go start undoing her suit. And we do actually have Deku. He just went to go pull off and toss down his helmet, as he go to pick himself up into the air and start flying down the hallway. Now, a lot of people, they do see Deku. He's currently flying and bouncing around the base like a madman, and trying to avoid people. As we do have where he does get to the calm room. Him flying in and going to, well, put himself back down. Him at least going to reach out for a phone and going to start typing into a number. As the person Deku and Claire called, he's still standing there, trying to express a few things. Hey, what is it? Here, use this one. Shit. Deku's slimming it down, walking over and grabbing that one. This is Izuku Midoriya. You need to listen to me. Mr. Midoriya, what is the situation? Alright, situation is, there's an unknown object. We saw it whenever it was, well, we were trying to look for Mars. We tried to see it from the lunar surface. And right now, there's something else out there. I got eyes on it, but it looks strange. Strange how? Well, this one has a red coloration. The object me and James took care of was blue. Okay, that's not good. What does this mean exactly? I don't know. Listen, this is a new thing for us. Blue, red, whatever the fuck. It might not mean the same thing. This one could be augmented somehow. Okay, so are you saying that this is a more dangerous threat? Yes. Okay, listen. These things have the capability to possess people. And what they do to the human body, it amplifies physical powers greatly. If this thing gets into a human, it's bad. If it gets into an Etso, it's worse. They have telepathic capabilities. And from what my understanding is, those things are not concerned about pushing a mental power like that to its absolute limit. They'd rip apart the brain and then just move on. Cause as much chaos as it can. So yeah, I'd say it's pretty fucking dangerous. Alright, confirmed. Confirmed? Yes, report just been sent. Listen, there's a moon base about 15, 20 miles from your current location. Yeah, what about it? It's a military installation. Right now, it's centered on the dark side of the moon. So listen. You guys can head there. It'd be safer for right now. Take the precaution. And inside that base, there's also something that they've been working on there. Etsos and humans have been working on some technology, and even looking into things for deep space travel. Right now, they're working on some weapons. Oh no, a military base working on weapons. Why am I not fucking surprised? And okay, sir, calm down. Listen, you don't know how bad this is. What are they gonna do? We have no idea. That would be up to them. Up to them? Really? Are you really about to say that to me? Yes. Listen, man, I know it sounds bad, but they've got something handled there. They've got something to handle it there. Alright, fine. I'll believe it when I see it. Hmm? Okay? Hang on 1 second. Hang on. Yeah, someone else is. Hang on. This might take a minute. Just stay on the line. Don't hang up. Now, Deku, he does hear the guy go to sit down the phone, as he currently does hear something in the background. And a lot of people that are currently staying there, well, Deku, he's just listening to it. Him going to at least press a button on the console before he does go to set the phone down, since a lot of other people, they were currently looking at this. Now, Deku, he does eventually hear the person come back, their voice coming through the speaker, as they do ask if he has eyes on this object right now, and if he does know exactly where the location of it could have been. Listen. Okay, 25 miles, 15, fuck. Okay, I'm panicking right now, man. I'm trying to remember what you said. Okay, the base, tell them just to look towards Mars. Look for anything that's not supposed to be like that. Anything red. So, a red glowing meteor coming from Mars. You listen, that's what you can tell them. They'll know it when they see it. And get a fucking scientist to get their eyes on it. Okay, right away. Let's see. Yeah. Deku, he does start to get a few people on board with the advice. Right now, they need to head over to that other base. Deku is going to bring his finger up and over the intercom system, telling everybody that right now they have a situation, and they need to evacuate the base. Anybody who is still here, they need to head 15 miles in this direction, and they'll at least have people waiting for them at the base. Now, a few people, they do start to listen, making their way towards the area to evacuate. Now, this is where Deku, he does at least start to hear something, turning to see Claire and Amelia. What is it? Okay, so what do we have so far? We don't have anything. Okay. Hello? Deku reaching out for the phone, grabbing it, and at least going to hear something. Listen. Okay. Just look up. Now, Deku is going to do so, as the guy does talk about how any minute there's supposed to be Deku seeing something streak across the sky, as it's sent flying in that direction. And Deku, he actually just feel the moon partially shake. Now, that actually does catch him off guard, as whenever that does happen, the guy, he at least does hear Deku fall over. Deku landing in his suit, as he does just still hold onto the phone. Jesus! Okay, what was that? That was something they're trying to work on. Okay, but you couldn't have told us to brace it? I mean, seriously, dude. You knocked the wind out of me. Listen, man. Did it work? I don't know. Now, Deku, he at least does ask if anyone, they have a place to look at the observation room, or if Claire can at least try to get eyes on the object. I can try, but we might not get too far. Claire going to run, and you do have where, after a few minutes, she does talk about how she thinks that she may have found it. However, it doesn't seem right. What is it? Its course. It's changed, and I think there's damage to it. Damage? Are you saying we actually did something to it? I don't know, but These orbs, they don't... Wait, what the hell is it doing? Hmm? Claire? Oh god, it got faster. What? Now, Deku does hear Claire, as after a few moments, Deku, he does get to look out towards the window. Watching as this thing, it's quickly approaching now. The moment it gets directly about probably a mile or so close to the moon, it does just go to send out something. There's a large flash of light, and then in the moment he does look out towards it, it's... what the hell are those things? Now, there's something flying through the air. And Deku and everybody, they do watch as what could be best described as a large fishnet-like appearance. It's moving towards them. It's some sort of blast? But, okay. Deku going to turn, as he does start to shout to get the hell out of the base, or to just run for cover. Now, the moment Deku does scream that, you do actually where it does shake and rock the entire base, and the surface of the moon. This being where Deku and Amelia, they do actually feel zero gravity get disabled, or turned back on. Since the power gets knocked out, emergency lights do turn on, and alarms do start to blare. Now, when that does happen, we do actually have Deku. He's floating in the air and he's trying to think. As he does look towards Amelia, and she does just gonna stare up at him, or down at him, now that we're at least on a 2D playing field. Now, this is where Deku, he does at least gonna look back down, looking at the window to the room, as he does stare at it. As a large crack, it's shot across it, and he just watched and heard it crack louder, as it does start to, well, worsen. Now, Deku does stare at that. Amelia actually going to look around before she just go to look back down and go to pull Deku upwards. The moment the glass broke, Deku was pulled up, and Amelia, she actually did feel her body fly downwards. Her actually going to land onto the door as she's going to start holding up Deku. And she started to pull him back in. We do actually have Deku. He does going to bring his hands up, him grabbing onto the doors and going to pull himself forwards by throwing both his arms back. As he does come flying into the hallway as the emergency, it does go to, well, close the doors. And the moment that actually does happen, we do have where Deku, he actually is sucking oxygen. Right now, whenever he was in that room and he was trying to hold on, he was exposed to the vacuum of space for a few seconds. He felt like the air was ripped directly from his lungs. And right now, he may have some bleeding, or at least damage to them. As Deku, he does at least start to hear something before he is going to fall backwards and onto the ground. Amelia landing on top of him as she does actually ask if he's okay. Deku, his legs are on the wall, and right now, his head is on the ground. And Amelia, she actually is right next to him, with her legs on his chest. Deku, he does talk about how it hurt, and she's concerned. As Deku is sucking air, and he's talking about how whatever the hell that was, it wasn't good. And he's not too sure what to do. The last one didn't do that. It didn't? No. What the hell? I don't get it. Shit. My chest. Are you alright? I'm fine. Just... some... fuck. Pain. I believe that you may have some damage to your lungs. Maybe. But right now, I'm trying to just think. Okay, take your time. Just slow down. Alright. Now, Claire is going to come running back up. Her asking what's going on. As Amelia, she actually is going to bring Deku upwards into the air. Her talking about how Izuku, he suffered from damage from being exposed to outer space. However, They're lucky he wasn't pulled out there. What? The room depressurized, Claire. Are you serious? Yeah. Listen, many places of the. Okay. I believe what he's trying to say is many places in the station, they may have suffered the same damage. Yeah, the observation room, it barely held together. By the time cracks started forming, I ran out. I did seal it off though, just in case. Good call. Anyways, listen. This is bad, right? Hmm? It's very bad, Izuku. I mean, what you described and what we just got, what the fuck was that? I don't know. I think I have an idea. Hmm? Amelia, you know what this is? I believe so. Military forces of ours, whenever we still were evacuating, some reported things like that. Attacks, and, well, I don't like it. Hmm? What do you mean you don't like it? Because the way the craft was. They said it, they thought it was something else. They thought it was a different enemy. But these crafts, the way they're designed, they're, well, advanced. Advanced. So they were the orb aliens, right? No, they were the machine men. Yeah. Clear to hear that. Oh, they're the other aliens. But that doesn't make sense. Izuku, okay, don't talk. Just say something to me mentally. Now, Clarice watched the way she brought her hand up, and she went to go at least try to close Deku's mouth. As that does at least seem odd. Now, eventually they do get to the infirmary, and they do at least try to help Deku. First, they have to help Deku out of his spacesuit. Then, they have to get him sit down on a table and inject him with the medical stim. Afterwards, they need to at least discuss a plan as to what to do. And right now, Deku is currently laying on the medical table. As he does, he's going to telepathically ask Amelia exactly what they should be doing. And right now, Amelia, she's talking about how she doesn't understand. We can't just wait around. Listen, it's probably best that we get away from here. The military installation. They were probably hit with that same blast too. In all likelihood, yes. There should be escape pods. Or at least ships that we could use to head back to Earth. However, that doesn't make sense though. What does it make sense? Why is a machine man here? We should have been under their radar. What do you mean? My people should have been far enough away and under their radar. This isn't a variable we calculated. Yes, we understood that we might be dealing with one of the alien species, but another one? The second species in the war? The machine men, they're highly advanced creatures. I don't know if humanity could survive a war with them. Amelia, what do your people know about them? We don't know much. We know that they're a highly advanced species. They've gotten by on conquest and stealing technology from other worlds to advance their own. That's really it. Their technology is so scratched and salvaged. It just looks so horrible to look at. Would you say that they're clunky or debris? Debris is the best way to describe it. Now, Deku does hear that. Okay, so whatever they're dealing with, it's clearly machine-made technology. Okay, that's not too good. It's not right. But then what about the other things, the other people? The orbs and Machine men? Shit. Wait, what about the people who evacuated the base? They were outside during that blast. Yeah. If it knocked out comms but life support's still on, they should still be alive, right? We have no way of knowing. Now, that does annoy Deku, as you do actually have Claire, who does get to vocalize that she doesn't really know what they're doing, but she's assuming that they're having a conversation. Deku looking towards Claire, him saying in her head that they are. They're trying to find out exactly what they should do next. Okay, that's unnerving. Sorry. Okay, I'm just gonna look away from you, because I can't look at your face and not see your lips move. That's just it's weird. It's weird. Okay. Claire turning around. She has to pretend like she's talking to Deku through a phone. And she's gonna mentally say that it does seem odd though. What do you mean? Well, does this go two-way, or I'm listening to your thoughts, the ones that you put on your mind? Okay, so is there any way to make this better, or a different type of call involve Amelia? Oh, um, I'm not too sure, actually. Deku turned towards Amelia, asking her if she has a way to at least make this better. Involve her in the conversation and let the three of them talk like this. Oh, yes, that would be very simple. Simple? Yes. Amelia walking over to Claire. And she's talking about how this process will feel very strange. However, for right now, it's going to be very, very useful. And she's going to put her hand directly onto Claire's head. Turning around, and going to put her hand directly onto Deku's head. And she's talking about how she doesn't need Izuku to focus, and to try and focus on exactly what's going on right now. This being where, after a second or two, Amelia is going to step back, asking if they can all at least hear their thoughts now. Gotta say, this is pretty weird. Yeah, you get used to it. Oh, I'm sorry, alien telepathy. I'm not sure I can get used to that. Besides, this is all weird. I mean, shit, I know you can hear my thoughts. It's just so strange. And Claire, you're monologuing. Sorry. So, question. How do we, not let you guys poke in my head? Because I feel like this could happen, right? I mean, you guys are using your powers to, so how do I know you're not snooping? Okay. Amelia, do you want to explain it, or should I? I believe she would better understand from you. Okay. Claire, the way this works is quite simple. Focus, don't lose focus. Alright? Stay focused whenever we're talking to you. If you trail off or lose focus, your mind, it's more or less does your mind more or less just does this. You know how they talk about a stream going down a river? It's not like that. Imagine a cement wall. Anytime you lose focus, there's cracks on that wall. That river, it can be flowing directly into that wall, and whenever you lose focus, everything can just pour into us. Alright? That's how it works. That's a weird analogy, but it is accurate. Okay, did she come up with that one, or was that you? I mean, it makes sense to me, but I have the powers. Oh, so stay focused. Got it. Speaking of that, what the hell should we be doing? Oh, that's simple. Deku going to sit up. The moment he does, Claire does talk about how he needs to be careful. Her going to step forwards. I'm fine. The medical stim healed me up enough right now. I'm, yeah, still gonna not be able to talk, but this should work for right now. Besides, by the time we get there, I should be all healed up. Get where? Listen, we need to call this in. And the best way to do that will be from an escape pod. We can send a signal. Um, Turn on the emergency distress systems inside the pods. We can do that. You can't be serious. I am. And right now, we should count our blessings. The oxygen system's still on. If it's not, that means we have limited oxygen inside the base right now. And with the fact that most rooms in here are depressurized, I suggest we do not talk a word anymore. This is our best option. So, we need to get out. Otherwise, we're fucked. I didn't think of that. Okay, so we need to find out which rooms are safe then, and which ones aren't. Now, the three would make a plan. They're going to look throughout the base, and, well, yeah. Already enough, it's not easy to do. Right now, they go from room to room, and it just seems so weird. They go to bring their hands up onto the door and turn on the screen. And when the screen is alert them that this room cannot be accessed, the screen is going to turn back off, as they do continue on. Now, we do actually have Claire. She's trying to just stay focused, but this feels so strange to her. So, her trying to stay focused. So, if she just concentrates, they can't hear her. That's sort of easy. But at the same time, does he have to do this all the time? I mean, his powers are strange, and so is Amelia's, but her species is all like that. And that would explain the voice thing, maybe? No sound, more sensitive hearing, more attunement with the quiet? Make high-pitched sounds to virtually be quiet? That's something to think about, though. What's something to think about, Claire? Oh, sorry, I lost focus. Okay. Don't worry. Are you getting the hang of it now? Kind of. Alright. Now, Claire does go back to what she was doing, as they're looking around more, and they do eventually find a escape pod. However, there's a problem with it. The ship here, it can't be used. It looks like they tried to get into it. However, yeah, things didn't work out too well. The pod was detached from the station, and half of it does remain. And that does look like a problem. There's damage to the escape pods. This one was, well, shit, fried from the outside. That's not good. That is bad. You know what this is, Claire? Well, that thing was a weapon, right? It was designed to target specific things. Those pods are all loaded with tons of tech. Oh, shit. What is it? Okay, if those pods destroyed tons of tech, if they targeted tech specifically, I think I might know something about these aliens. What do you mean, Claire? Yes, any information will be vital at this point. And, well, good. Okay, so, they scrounge and salvage tech. That means that they gotta do something to it. They're not salvaging tech, they're reverse engineering it on what they see. That explains a few things. It's not jury-rigged. That means that they can... Oh, shit. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of this from a mechanics checkpoint. Or viewpoint. Why did I say checkpoint? Oh, I'm sorry. Did I... Yes. That's what happens whenever she lost focus. Oh, she says viewpoint as checkpoint? It's something she's not used to. You know, okay. Sorry. Uh, where was I going with this? You talked about how the aliens they use salvage tech. However, they may be frying tech to convert it to their own style. And I think I know where you were going with that. I really hope it's not true, though. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's just the problem then. These things, they're taking tech, and they take weapons, right? And from what she described, they're like the orbs. But what if they're... No, wait, that's not right. They're not like the orbs. How does an organic species not be possessed, though? Protective layerings? No. Hmm. We're looking at this from some sort of wrong angle. Yeah. Wait a minute. They're trying to think. However, he does at least have his focus waver. The thought Claire does have, and the ones he's thinking about now too. They collide a bit, and you do actually have Claire. She does somewhat feel, well, some of Deku's memories, in a way. There's the emotions connected to them. Now, you do actually have at least where Claire, she does lose complete focus. And whenever that does happen, Deku, he does feel the strange thing before he does just go to turn his focus back on. Him regaining it as he does try to at least think. Everything right now is very stressful, and they have to be very careful. If Claire finds out about him and Amelia, shit can go bad. And you do actually at least have Claire. She doesn't strictly stare back at Deku. And Deku, the moment he does actually look at Claire, he does at least get to feel a bit of this strange emotion. And he does have a strange memory in his head. He knows it's not his. It's a memory of when he first... No, when Claire first came to the station. The day of the launch. And the day humans were put on the ship. It's just... Well, shit. That day was not a good day. And many people were angry. They almost had to stop the launch just because of multiple things people did. Hell, even some freaks got involved with it. And that makes him a bit more concerned now. Freaks are still being looked at badly on Earth, even with aliens. Hell, you'd think that you can at least try to get along more. Hey, here's an alien species, but you still hate that motherfucker over there? Yeah. It just doesn't make sense to him. Now, we do actually have where Deku, he does look at Claire and ask her if she's alright. Yeah, I'm good. Sorry. Anyways, garage. What? Garage. We need to go to the garage. Why? Well, if we can't get off the station, and we can't call for help, and people already know that thing's here, we need to find a place we can go to. Maybe look for people, if we can. Inside the garage, there's got to be some machinery. And if not, then maybe even an extra space suit. Okay, but what are you getting at here, Claire? If we find an extra suit, we can drive to another base. Are you forgetting the point that we're on the fucking moon? And there might be an alien outside trying to obliterate us. If we go out there and try to do some shit like that, that thing could probably kill us. No, listen. It sounds like a risky plan, but just bear with me. There should be something else in the garage. Not many people know about it, but, well, I do. It's a form of old tech. Okay, what are you getting at? Well, let me just put it this way. If we take it, we could fly. Okay. Are you suggesting we... I am just suggesting we open up our options. Besides, that thing, it's a mining... Well, you know. Okay, Claire, if you're talking about the ancient thing in the garage you showed me, I know what it is. I looked into it. It's old and decommissioned. Besides, they haven't done mining on Mars in a long time. The only time they ever do mining on Mars is for research or just to try and find something. Hell, most people gave up on it. I know, but what if I jury rig it? Okay, I think you're crazy now, but it's possible. You know what? It's the best option we got right now. Because comms are down, emergency power's on, we might run out of oxygen, and what? We got how much time left? As long as we don't talk a few hours, right? The base in emergency power mode can support up to 40 people for about what? In emergency situations, 24 hours. So I'd say we got a few days. Okay, but isn't that whenever things are critical though? Things are critical. Half of the base is currently sucked out into space. So that means it might as well be 20. And then the fact is, we don't even know how long the power will stay on. If it's not on and cycling oxygen, then we could probably have less. Okay, so I'll get to work on it fast then. Now, the three do head to the garage. And we do actually have our Claire. Yeah. She has the entire garage to herself, and it's an emergency situation. Anyone who would have complaints about her touching different projects that are down here, or just stealing parts, they're either dead or they'd understand. So right now what she's going to have to do is take apart a whole lot of things and see what she can do with it. While that is currently happening, we do at least have where Deku and Amelia, they're both sitting down, and they were at least talking with Claire about a few things. And Deku, the moment he'd at least get to look at Claire, he does get to turn towards Amelia. Turning out that Claire's in the zone right now. So, they need to probably have a chat. Are you certain? When she gets like this, she is hard to get the focus of. The fact that we're in her head right now, it's good. I mean, just listen to her. Yeah, she's been silent for the last 10 minutes. Told you. Besides, we should at least talk. I mean, hell. Look at her. She's close to discovering this shit. Is there any way to turn her to... I don't know. Listen, if we try to cut the connection and just listen to her the regular way, it would look suspicious. Besides, she'd feel the sever. Alright. That's bad. Emergency power's out. It is. Yeah. You know, she told me that there's no recording devices in the garage. Is that so? Interesting. I know, right? Apparently all they catch is machinery. Okay. Are there any recording devices in the garage? Nope. Not that I know of. Funny. Now, Amelia does just stare at Deku. And Deku does at least give a bit of a smile. As you do actually have where Claire does turn around. Her ask if both of them are ready to go. As Deku is at least looking at Amelia and smiling. As he's currently leaning against something. And you do actually have at least Amelia who is looking around and holding a few of the tools. She does at least currently have a wrench in her hand. One that she was just fumbling with and using it as something to move around. Now, this is actually where Claire is at least going to stare these two. As Deku does turn and talk about how they're ready. However, he does at least want to think about something first. What is it? You're buggy. Okay, what about it? Are you saying that we shouldn't at least take it as a precaution? Okay, we don't have enough time to break that thing down or make it portable. That thing, we could tie to the back of this thing and fly it, but still, that would make us a larger target. Plus, I don't want to at least think about what the problems could be if that thing crashes. Crashes? Crashes. Oh god. Okay, do I even want to know what you did? Are you using Etso power cells or human? Etso? That explains the capacitor. Alright, so, question. How big of a boom would it make if it goes off? Or hit something it's not supposed to? Uh, well, it's actually smaller than it should be, especially since it's already been ran. Okay, Claire, I'm going to rephrase that question. How big of a boom would it take if that thing was unstable? How big of a boom would it take if we made one mistake working on it? Not that big? Would it kill us? Um, Instantly? Oh my god. I was handing you the fucking wrenches. I know. And you never thought it was a good idea to tell me you had EDSO power cells. No. So, listen, you can bitch at me later, alright? Do you want to get the hell out of here? Her pointing at the large thing. As Deku, he does go to agree. Now, they all do get onto the ship, and while they're currently getting things ready, Claire sitting down in the chair, locking into place, and at least going to tap a few things onto the monitor. You do actually have where Amelia does ask Deku if he really does believe that this is the best option. Let's put it this way, Amelia. Right now, we either run out of oxygen, or we stay in here. We can stay in the ship. It does have its own oxygen supply cut off. We can use it as an emergency, in case we all start getting lightheaded out there, or we stop breathing out there. However, there's also another possibility. We go out there, and we end up on its monitor, or its radar. If it's not ripping apart the base and being attacked by Etzos and humans using advanced tech, it's either scavenging. And I think that would be clear. Now, you do actually have Claire. She does Tourniquet to inform them both. They are aware that this is their last real safe chance, right? The moment she depressurizes the airlock, or even the machine, it's going to cause a lot of problems. Yeah. The oxygen in this area will be ripped out. Yep. And this entire place needs to be 0G and, well, exposed for us to get out. Now, Deku does tell Claire to just punch it. As Claire, she does at least say something first. She does have a question first. Question? Question. Do you want to do me a favor? What? Well, you're gonna like this. Do you want to operate the mining guns? Claire, did you just say mining guns? The mining guns. Am I missing some Earth-based pun? Oh. Uh, well, Amelia, she's asking me if I want to operate a laser gun. And the smile on my face will be betraying me if I said no. Now, Diggory's going to stand up. Him getting into position as Claire should leave the hangar. And right now, they're currently trying to get to safety, as I do believe that is a good point to leave this part off of. and I do hope you guys enjoyed. Have an amazing night. I'll catch you guys in the next part.